I can tell you that the one thing that I really love out of everything that's going on in WWE right now is so minor league. It's so first match, maybe second match of the card to sort of protect it and not have people go ballistic crazy over this is the upcoming Mark Henry versus Big Show feud. If I go back to 2011, the Money in the Bank, I bet you if you go back and watch my prediction video on that, I bet you it was like, this match is going to be dumb. Nobody cares about this match. We've seen these guys wrestle 1,000 times on Monday Night Raw matches that didn't mean anything. And, here they are. They go out there and they have an awesome match. That helps that pay-per-view become one of my favorite pay-per-views of all time. Everybody always talks about, CM Punk beating John Cena in a real good match at the end, and then running out of the arena with the championship, jumping in a cab, and then heading home and putting the title in his fridge. And that's something that people remember for a long time. But basically, when Mark Henry beat the Big Show, and then basically put his leg or his ankle, his foot, his boot, whatever you want to say, when he put it in that chair and smashed it down, he became the number one contender in my mind. That's when I said they're going to make Mark Henry World Heavyweight Champ. I didn't know how they were going to have him beat Randy Orton, if it was going to be some sort of a, some sort of skirmish finish, some sort of a run-in with somebody helping, Mark Henry and him having some sort of a stable. No way in my world did I think they were going to have him beat him clean at Night of Champions, but I knew that match was so good. I love that whole pay-per-view, but Mark Henry versus Big Show might be my favorite match that's on that card, and that's crazy. That's crazy talk. But of course, you go back, we saw with Rusev, he's getting the big NXT push. He seems to be, Triple H's favorite guy right now, and he's making sure that he's going through strong guys. We saw him beat former Intercontinental Champion Biggie Langston. We saw him beat World Heavyweight Champion or former World Heavyweight Champion Jack Swagger, and then he goes on and faces former World Heavyweight Champion and Olympic hero Mark Henry. And the match at the pay-per-view wasn't great. It was awesome to see Mark Henry care so much about his country, as when Lillian Garcia was singing the national anthem. We had the tears running down his face. He was crying before the match even started. And then you got to see Mark Henry be the best seller in professional wrestling history. Basically, as Alexander Rusev strapped on, what's the name of that finisher? I guess it has something to do with like medals or medallion. It's something like that. When he got him locked in that sort of camel clutch, I guess you can say, and Mark Henry was basically about to tap out. Basically, you saw the tears running down his eyes again. He was crying that he let down the fans, he let down his country, he let down basically everyone that was behind him. Everybody wanted to see Rusev lose. Nobody wanted to see the Russian win. Nobody wanted to hear the Russian national anthem. Nobody wanted to see the flag drop. And maybe people wanted to see Lana get in the ring. I understand that. But basically, he let everybody down. Then he comes out on Monday Night Raw again, trying to make up for the pay-per-view, challenges him one more time, and loses again. From there, we go to Big Show coming out there, and Big Show started giving him the pep talk, saying, "Don't worry about it, man. It's not you that lost. It's partly my fault. I'm the one that backed you up into this, and I'll take sort of the blame." And now, from there, Mark Henry had a match on Main Event tonight where he wrestled against Bo Dallas. He lost the match again, so he's 3 down. He lost 2 to Rusev. He lost once to Bo Dallas. He lost this one by countout. Then after this, he hit 2 World's Strongest Slams on Bo Dallas, just to rub in his face that he's still bigger and better than him. Sort of, to add that sort of, Mark Henry's turning. But then, get on Monday Night Raw, we've got former World Heavyweight Champion, former WWE Champion, former ECW Champion, Big Show going in there, and Big Show's going to try and take one for the team, and he's going to try and take out Rusev. Honestly, this could be what sets up the pay-per-view. I can see Big Show controlling this match at Rusev and really looking like he's going to get the win. Maybe he's about to hit one of them big, boom, those big blows, knock out Rusev, and maybe he'll get the win that way. But at the last minute, Mark Henry's not going to let his friend Big Show get the win. Maybe this is what they were doing. I thought last month they were crazy when they were building up the Night of Champions. They were pushing Big Show and Mark Henry as a tag team. It looked like they were going after the tag team championship. Every time they were in a tag team match, they kept pushing how these guys were shooting up the ranks, and all of a sudden they stopped that feud to put Mark Henry into this Rusev feud that was sort of running at the same time. It was almost like the writers, were sort of told to do two separate things. Maybe one writer was in charge of tag team division. Maybe one writer was in charge of the singles mid card, and both of them were writing for Mark Henry. And maybe Mark Henry was like, "Hey, if I wrestle twice in one night, maybe I get paid twice. So I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna go out there and do what I do. I'm gonna do what I do." That's Mark Henry right there, and respect my privacy. Yeah, that's the inside joke right there. But basically, I could see Mark Henry maybe making the heel turn on Raw this week when he takes on Rusev. It's going to be a good match. It's going to be a good time. But maybe that on the not Night of Champions. I apologize. That was last month. Maybe that on the Hell in the Cell card. Maybe that's really going to get me pumped up as something to see there.